He's a monster. He's a terrifying individual. He is, I mean, in a sport that's violent, it's an inherently violent sport. He stands out as the most violent.
The guy's special. I've been in this game my whole life. I've never seen anything like him. He's special. He's different. This guy is one of the most special fighters I've ever seen, if not the most special guy that I've ever come across. He kept telling me leading up to this fight, "You think I'm a wrestler. You think I'm a wrestler. Wait till you see my hands." Holy, he wasn't lying.
For me, like, it doesn't matter, right? Whether it's Shavkat, Leon, Jack, they're all gonna lose. I'm the best in the world, and I don't care who's in front of me. I want to fight the next best guy up. So he had the best streak. He's running hot right now, and I plan on cooling him down.
Easy decision. It's what we all, as UFC fighters, MMA fighters, we all chase to be #1, and yeah, that's what I'm chasing. So it's an easy yes for me.
Joe Rogan has warned Jack Della Maddalena about the brutal fighting style of Belal Muhammad at UFC 315. The welterweight champion Belal Muhammad will defend his title against JDM on the 10th of May at Bell Center in Montreal, Quebec, Canada. Apart from praising the dangerous Belal Muhammad, Joe Rogan also admits Jack Della Maddalena can't be underestimated as well.
He's very good at striking too. He's like one of the best in the sport at mixing up shots from the body to the head, because so many fighters, for whatever reason, are headhunters, because you can knock a guy out with one shot. But Jack is so good at mixing shots up to the body and to the head. He just breaks guys down.
Belal Muhammad said he doesn't see anything particularly dangerous about Jack Della Maddalena, confidently stating that he's better in every area. While people often talk about Jack's hands, Belal feels his own striking is underrated. He pointed out that he recently faced Leon Edwards, who many consider the best striker in the UFC, and he trains regularly with elite strikers like Ignacio Bahamondes and Yair Rodriguez. In Belal's view, sharing rounds with those high-level fighters puts his striking on a different level.
What do you think is the most dangerous thing about JDM, and what do you need to worry about?
I mean, if I'm being honest with you, I'm better everywhere. People are gonna say, and they're gonna ready to come out like, "Oh, he got hands, he got hands." But I think they just underestimate my hands and my striking, and I just went against the best striker in the UFC, and Leon Edwards, so-called. I train with the best striker in the UFC, Ignacio Bahamondes. I train with Yair Rodriguez. Both these guys, if you've seen them spar, you guys seen it, they're a different level.
Della Maddalena is on a 17-fight winning streak, but Belal Muhammad thinks Jack Della Maddalena is a basic fighter who relies heavily on boxing. While he acknowledged Jack's good hands and power, Belal believes Jack breaks opponents down, mainly because he hasn't faced someone like him before. He pointed to Jack's lack of experience as his biggest weakness, noting that Jack has never been in a high-pressure fight or faced a relentless pressure fighter. Belal expressed full confidence, saying he plans to walk through Jack, just like he's done with everyone else.
So when I have a guy that's basic, and Jack, who's just boxing, right? He has really good hands, he has good power, but he breaks a lot of these guys down because he hasn't fought anybody like me. His biggest weakness is his experience. He's never been in a big fight like that. He hasn't had a pressure fight yet. He hasn't fought a pressure fighter yet. So for me, I think I'm going to go in there and I'm going to walk through him like I thought I was going to do to everybody else, and I've done everybody else.
However, Jack Della Maddalena believes his power, precision, and overall skill set will pose a challenge Belal Muhammad hasn't faced before. He feels he's more accurate, more powerful, and simply a better fighter. Jack also pointed to his grit, saying he has more dog in him, more toughness and determination, and stressed that Belal has never fought someone like him. He's confident that he brings a unique threat to the matchup.
He's fought some good strikers, but do you think your power is like the X factor here that maybe he hasn't dealt with some of these other guys?
Yeah, I think I've got more precision, accuracy, power, the whole lot. I think I've got more dog in me. I think he hasn't fought someone like me. I've fought people like him my whole career. He's never fought someone like me.
Jack Della Maddalena further said that Belal Muhammad has a boring style. He explained that Belal is good at holding people down and doing what's needed to get the win. While Jack admitted that Belal is fast and the threat of his takedowns makes his striking more effective, he still finds the style unexciting. He gave Belal credit for focusing on victory, but said he believes he's the more dangerous fighter and the one who can take the title from a dominant champion.
What do you think of Belal Muhammad as a champion? And be honest, what do you think of his fight style?
There's no question. He's got a boring fight style. You know, he's good at holding people down, getting victories, but across the board, you know, he can hold down the strikers, he can outstrike the grapplers.
How do you rate his striking?
I think he's fast. He's not. I wouldn't say he's dangerous. I definitely think he's fast. You know, I think his threat of the takedown makes his striking better. Definitely think it's a boring style, but I mean, I think winning is obviously his #1 goal, and fair play to him. But I feel like I can beat him. I'm a more dangerous fighter for sure. And not only get the world title, we get the world title off a dominant finish.
However, UFC legend Michael Bisping said the matchup between Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena is a close one, and while people often criticize Belal for not getting finishes, he's a nice guy who shouldn't be underestimated. Bisping reminded fans that Belal consistently gets results. Paul Felder agreed, adding that Belal is genuine, family-oriented, and dedicated to his causes. He noted that people often take Belal's online trolling too seriously, explaining that Belal only gives it back when others come at him first.
Belal Muhammad taking on Jack Della Maddalena. This is a close fight. I kind of joked before about Belal. People do like to talk shit about Belal, all right? I get it, he hasn't been getting the finishes, but he's a nice guy, man. He's a nice guy, and underestimate him at your peril.
Yeah, he is a very nice guy. He is all about his family. He's all about his causes. He's all about, and I think people take his trolling online sometimes way too seriously, and he's just giving it back. He's just, if you're already going to give shit to him and talk crap, he's just going to embrace it.
Belal Muhammad confidently predicted how his fight with Jack Della Maddalena would play out. He said by round 2, Jack's coach would urge him to wrestle after struggling to box. Belal expects to sprawl on the takedown, laugh, and mimic Max Holloway's "I'm the best boxer in the UFC" gesture toward Daniel Cormier. He plans to outstrike Jack, stuff another takedown, land a body shot to drop him, tell him to stand up, then feint a jab, and finish with an overhand.
First, how do you see yourself defending your title in Canada?
I see me coming out the first round, implementing my boxing, showing him that I got better hands than him. And then he's going to go into the second round. His coach is going to look at him like, bro, I thought you were a boxer. Then he's going to look at him like, no, I don't know what to do. Should I start wrestling? Then his coach is going to be like, all right, start wrestling. So then second round, he's going to come out, shoot a takedown on me. I'm going to sprawl. Then I'm going to look at him and I'm going to laugh. Then I'm going to look at DC and do the Max Holloway. I'm the best boxer in the UFC. Then I'm going to hit him a couple more hands. And then he's not going to know what to do again. So he's going to shoot another single leg. I'm going to turn, throw him off the fence, hit him with a body shot. He's going to drop. I'm going to look at him, point to him, tell him to stand up again. The ref's going to tell me like, yo, we need action here. Then I'm going to feint the jab to the body and go overhand, and then he's going to drop.
Belal Muhammad declared that Jack Della Maddalena wouldn't be able to match his boxing. He called himself the best striker, grappler, wrestler, and overall fighter in the welterweight division. Belal referenced his dominant showing against Leon Edwards, who had knocked out Kamaru Usman as proof of his level. He promised to make it look easy again on May 10th. Despite being doubted repeatedly, he said he keeps proving people wrong. Belal warns that Jack is leaving the kiddie pool and stepping into the deep end, and it's going to be a bad night for him.
Will I be able to be standing? No. Will he be able to be keeping up with my boxing? I have the best striker in the welterweight division. I'm the best grappler. I'm the best wrestler. I'm the best fighter. You've seen it. Leon Edwards, he was the next one up. He was the GOAT. He knocked out Kamaru Usman, and I made it look easy. I'm going to make it look easy May 10th. People are just going to keep doubting me, and I'm just going to keep breaking those barriers. I'm going to keep showing you guys I'm the best fighter in the world. He's coming out of the kiddie pool, and he's going straight into the deep end of the ocean. This is going to be a bad night for him. And you guys are going to see it May 10th.
On the other hand, UFC legend Georges St-Pierre analyzed the matchup between Belal Muhammad and Jack Della Maddalena, giving the edge to Belal. He called Belal the more complete fighter, highlighting his well-rounded skill set and awkward striking style that often frustrates opponents. While GSP recognized Jack's impressive winning streak and momentum, he believes Belal simply has more tools to get the job done, making it a very competitive and exciting fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Belal he's the complete package. He's good everywhere, and he's got a very awkward style that throw a lot of people off, especially standing up and striking department. And Jake on the other side, he's on a tear. He's got a good momentum. He's on a winning streak. And it's going to be an interesting fight.
Georges St-Pierre acknowledged that Jack Della Maddalena may hold an edge in striking, but stressed that this is MMA, not a boxing match. He believes Belal Muhammad can capitalize on the broader skill set required in mixed martial arts, giving him more ways to win. Still, GSP made it clear that having more tools doesn't guarantee victory. The result will ultimately come down to how their styles clash in the octagon.
You know, on the one side, Jake, I think he could have the advantages in the striking department, but it's not only a kickboxing match, it's mixed martial art, and that's when I believe if I'm Belal Muhammad, that's where you take advantage of it. You know, like I think he's got more tools to win, but that doesn't mean he's gonna win. So it's all about how they're gonna match their style against each other.
Ian Gary shared his prediction for the Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena fight, stating that he believes Belal will secure a finish in the later rounds. He praised Belal's relentless work ethic, calling him a grinder who excels at making the fight ugly. Gary pointed out that Jack has been controlled by fighters not as skilled as Belal and believes Belal's expertise in his style will give him the advantage. Gary thinks the finish will come in the third or fourth round if Jack can survive that long.
I think both guys are very good at what they do, but I think stylistically the way Belal fights just suits this fight as tailor-made for him. I think Jack has to get going early and have success early to try have any hope of getting his hand raised. And I think every minute that goes by, it puts Belal in a better position because he just is a workhorse, he's a grinder. He will grab a hold of you, he will be in your grill, he will make it ugly, he will slam you, he will just constantly be there. And I've watched Jack get ragdolled by people that aren't as good as Belal. And Belal is one of the best in the world at playing the game Belal does. And I think stylistically he gets his hand raised, and I think he gets a finish in the later rounds. I think if Jack can survive till 3 or 4, I think that's when the finish will come.
Ian Gary also made it clear that if Belal Muhammad wins, he won't accept any fight other than a title shot. He stated, "I don't think I need to," claiming he's the biggest name in the division. With Shavkat Rakhmonov sidelined, Gary believes there's no one else who can generate more buzz or sell out a stadium like he can. He sees a matchup with Belal as a high-level, respectful clash between two elite professionals and says he's ready to prove he's the best in the world by doing it against the champion.
Belal wins, will you accept any other fight than a title shot?
No. I don't think I need to. I believe I'm the biggest name in the division. Do you know what I mean? I injured Shavkat, he's not going to be fighting this year. Do you know what I mean? I don't see anyone who's bigger or anyone who's more interesting to put on a pay-per-view main event and sell out a stadium. There is no one bigger. There is no one that will create that buzz and that hype. And I think me and Belal stylistically is a great matchup. It's a great fight. It's two professional athletes going out there who have nothing but respect for each other but want to compete against the best and be the best. And I believe Belal wins this weekend, and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to show the world why I really am the best in the world, and I'm going to do it against the champion.
UFC welterweight Jeff Neal shared his thoughts on the Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena matchup. He believes Belal has the edge, pointing out that Jack has shown signs of gassing out and making fights harder than they should be. Neal said Jack won't be able to get away with that against Belal, who he expects to smother Jack with pressure for 5 rounds.
I've seen Jack like gas out and, you know what I mean, like make fights that he should be winning like significantly harder, but he's not going to be able to get away with that with Belal. I feel like Belal's just going to smother him for 5 rounds.
Henry Cejudo's coach, Eddie Cha, gave his take on this fight, calling it a tough and competitive matchup. He expressed admiration for Jack's striking abilities, describing his boxing as phenomenal and sharp. However, Cha leaned slightly toward Belal Muhammad, saying that while Jack may have the edge in pure striking, Belal is the more well-rounded and complete MMA fighter. He believes Belal's ability to mix in wrestling, pressure, and cardio could be the deciding factor in a close contest.
Yeah, that's a tough one. I love Jack Della Maddalena's boxing. His striking is phenomenal. But Belal, I think, is I think he's better overall in MMA, but slight edge to Belal maybe.
Benail Dariush also praised Belal Muhammad's skill set, urging people to recognize how well-rounded he is. He highlighted Belal's significant advantage in grappling and noted that his striking is also solid, with no major weaknesses. Dariush believes Belal can hold his own on the feet with Jack Della Maddalena for as long as necessary.
Bro, Belal is so good. Like you have to, I think people need to start recognizing his skill set. I think he has an advantage, big advantage, I would say, in the grappling, and he's not really behind in the striking. Like I don't see like anything wrong where he would struggle too much with the striking. His striking is just fine. I think he would be able to stand in his own with JDM as long as he needs to.
Former UFC champion Jamahal Hill weighed in on the Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena matchup, predicting a win for Belal. While he praised Jack's toughness and sharp boxing, Hill noted that Jack has difficulty closing the distance. He believes that if Belal can manage range effectively, it will make Jack work harder to get inside, which plays right into Belal's game. By keeping the distance and mixing in his grappling, Belal can dictate the pace and put Jack at a disadvantage.
No question, I gotta go with Belal Muhammad. Jack is a beast, and he does present some problems as far as with the boxing and things like that go. But I believe his one of his deficiencies is covering distance. I mean, closing the distance and closing the range. So I believe if Belal keeps a good distance in between, it makes him actually have to work to get to him. It'll make it easier for him to get, to get off into what he likes to do, which is make people work and put them in that blender work piece and with punches and then the grappling.
UFC welterweight fighter Austin Vanderford believes Belal Muhammad will get the win over Jack Della Maddalena. While he respects JDM's boxing and all-around skills, he sees Belal's relentlessness and pressure as the deciding factors. He pointed out that Belal might struggle with early takedowns, but his persistence will eventually wear Jack down. Vanderford expects Belal to break JDM with pace and pressure as the fight goes on.
I think Belal gets it done. JDM, great boxing, good overall fighter. But I think Belal goes out. He gets a lot of hate by his fight style and stuff, but you can't deny how relentless he is and goes and works hard and puts you in tough positions. So I see that happening in this fight too. I think he, might get stuffed on the first takedown, maybe the second, but he's just going to keep coming. I think he ends up kind of drowning.
Sean Brady gave his take on the upcoming Belal Muhammad versus Jack Della Maddalena fight. Since facing Belal, Brady has been cheering for him, saying Belal's continued success makes his own loss look better. He acknowledged Jack's power and grit, but emphasized that Belal always finds a way to win, predicting he'll do it again in this matchup. However, Brady added that if Belal loses, he'd be ready to face him in a future bout for the #1 contender spot.
I've been rooting for Belal since he beat me, of course. The better he does, the better it makes my loss look to him, He went out, he beat Leon, and now he's fighting Jack, which Jack's a super tough fight. I was getting ready for Jack for our fight before when I had to pull out, and I know how good Jack is, and Jack can knock anybody out in the world, but you can't bet against Belal. He finds ways to win, and I think he's going to win that one. And of course, I want him to be champion when we fight again. But if for some reason he does lose, I would fight him for a #1 contender. So yeah, there's options out there.
Torres Finney also shared his thoughts on the matchup, picking Belal Muhammad to win. He feels Belal is often underestimated despite his strong skill set and consistency. While he acknowledged Jack Della Maddalena's powerful boxing and impressive comeback against Gilbert Burns, Finney pointed out Belal's advantage in wrestling and pace. He believes Belal is a better wrestler than both Gilbert and JDM, and once the fight hits the ground, JDM won't be able to stop the takedowns or get back up. Finney expects the fight to play out similarly to Belal's bout with Leon Edwards.
That's a great fight. But I'm going Belal Muhammad. I think a lot of people sleep on Belal. He's really good overall. Yes, JDM has great boxing. Yes, he can put you out, as we saw, even when he was down 2 rounds to nothing against Gilbert Burns, what he did. But Belal Muhammad, he's an all-around fighter. He's got the wrestling, his pace. I don't think he'll be able to stop those takedowns because, in my opinion, I think Belal Muhammad's a better wrestler than Gilbert Burns. I think Burns is a better overall grappler, but as a wrestler, he's a better wrestler than JDM, and I don't see JDM really being able to get up. I can see this very similar to how I went with Leon Edwards.
Elijah Smith picked Belal Muhammad, citing his relentless pressure and improved striking. He felt Belal was winning the stand-up against Leon Edwards and compared his pace to Khabib's. While Jack Della Maddalena handled Gilbert Burns' jiu-jitsu, Smith believes Belal's pressure will be harder to deal with.
I think Belal. Yeah. I think Belal, his ongoing pressure, and truth be told, not even truth be told, but I do feel like Belal's striking has gotten a lot better. Like when he was when he fought Leon Edwards, I thought he was getting the better of Leon on the feet. So yeah, I feel like he goes out there and does the same thing, and he has that more. You know, I think people talk about like Jack Della Maddalena fight with Gilbert. What's his name? Gilbert Burns, and they talk about the jiu-jitsu and how he was able to stop the jiu-jitsu and get back up to his feet. I just think Belal has more of that drive where it's like kind of like Khabib-esque, which is kind of harder to deal with. As
UFC 315 approaches, Belal Muhammad's relentless pressure and all-around skills are poised to challenge Jack Della Maddalena's sharp striking and power. With both fighters confident in their abilities, the stage is set for a thrilling welterweight title clash. Will Belal's experience and pace prevail, or will Jack's precision take him to victory? The fight on May 10th will answer it all.